The next topic is writing data to text format. Okay, so we looked at how to read data using the pandas method, read underscore CSV, read underscore table, and then some of the parsing constants that are available to parse the data properly, and how to change the column names and how to change the row index and so on and so forth. If you want to skip rows at the top, if you have non-data rows at the top of the file, and things like that. Okay. So the next topic is writing data back out from Python into the folder. So let's go ahead and read in data. ex5.csv. Okay. So this data has 6 columns. Okay. And it has 3 rows. Then there are some NaN values, missing values, coded with the NumPy convention of not a number. Okay. So if you write it back out, so we can do df1. Okay, so that's the data frame, right? And the method is toCSV. Okay. So it's the opposite of read CSV. So now it's going to put the data out into CSV format. Okay, and now you give the path. Okay, so I give the same path, say data ex5 say out CSV. Okay. I'm going to put that right underneath that. Okay. Okay, now let's look at what the file looks like, right? So I'll open the file in a notepad. So ex5 CSV. Okay. So that's this one. Okay. Now you see here, this doesn't have row index labels 0, 1, 2, because the row index labels were automatically inserted by Python when we read the data in using read underscore CSV. Now when we write it back out, let's see, we used ex5 out. Okay. So now you see that it added the row index labels, and since there was no name for the row index labels, we have nothing and then a comma and then the name of the first column. Okay. Now we can control what gets written back out, and if you look at the okay, second row, 5, 6. Okay, so now you see the NaN gets written out as nothing, right? So it's comma, comma, that this NaN. And similarly, the row index 0, there is nothing after 4. There is a comma, but there is nothing after that. So missing value NaN is getting written out as nothing. Okay. Now we can control that. Okay. Using so I had earlier had a typo here. It said NP underscore rep. It's actually NA. Okay, not a number, replacement. REP is for replacement. So we can say NA. So replace NA by what we specify. So we can specify, say, if you say null, okay, and let me call that EX5 out 1. Okay, so now if I open EX5 out 1, so you see it gets written out as null. Okay, and it can be anything actually. So if you type in, say, minus 999, and you write it out to out 2, right? And then if you go and look at out 2, you see it gets written out as minus 999. So you can control how the missing values will be rendered in the file. Then we can also control whether the row index labels and the column names are written out or not. Okay. So let's have it like that. Then we can say index equal to false. Well, let me write it to 3. So if I do that and look at 3, then you see the index is not there. You suppress the index from getting written out. Okay. And we can control not only index, okay, you can also say columns equal to false. Let's see. Header, okay, it should be not columns. Header equal to false. Okay, so that's in 4. So there is no row index and there is no column names. And if you want, you can control which columns you want to write. Suppose you really don't want to write out all the, okay, so let me remove that. Okay, instead columns, okay, and then you give a list of columns you want. Say you want to A, B, and C. That's it. You don't want anything else. And let's put that in 5. Now if you go and open 5, you see only A, B, and C columns are written out, not the others. Okay? So you have some flexibility in terms of what you want to write out and how you want to write the data out.